Over the past year, I have put in £20,000 into my stocks and shares ISA. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the results. I'm also going to go through the past in terms of what I did invest in and why I may have regretted that in terms of what I've done, but also the results of what would have happened essentially with those investments. You'll see, it's quite important to know. I think as well though, trying to be clever with my ISA when you think of the tax benefits and what I was putting in versus say my other investments in say Bitcoin was actually more than likely slowing me down. So in this video, we are going to go through warts and all before I got consistent with my ISA, all the mistakes I made, how my portfolio has overall performed, and why I am happy with this investment strategy. By the way, if you are new to investing, the stocks and shares ISA is a way for you to put £20,000 into the market essentially, and there's zero gains on the capital and there's zero gains on the dividends if they are in the UK essentially or in certain countries, which is mad. So the £20,000 journey, we're going to start off with just looking at all the monies that are plonked into the thing. So as you can see, from the 14th of April, 5 grand going into it, I'm basically April 2025, put loads of money in. And then I transferred £20,000 out, I believe, from the cash ISA. I will explain that in a minute because that was where it all went fucking shit shaped. But ultimately, as you can see, I was pretty consistent over the course of time. Add in £2,000, 800, 550, 500. I don't do this automatically, by the way. I just do it as a routine thing. Always add monies. And as you can see, it then became eventually over the course of time, boom. And there you go. The deposits minus the withdrawals. So I have made some monies along the way. Yeah. But overall, the stocks and shares ISA, what you see now, it's doing pretty well. Around £60,000 fully deposited into my stock account. As you can see here, net deposits, which is pretty cool, realistically. But I have made some moves. Obviously, I've taken money out. I've made some money. As you can imagine, I will explain that in more detail. The important thing to note is pay yourself first, always invest. That is kind of the mantra of life, realistically, that you should be following. Always understand that your budget is important and that you are, hopefully over time, understanding that, well, investing is better than leaving money on the sidelines, essentially. Obviously, have an emergency fund, but after that, yeah, just get it somewhere else. But as well, I know like people go, oh, but I can't afford to do that. Everyone's different. I know, I get it. £20,000 to me, yes, it's a lot of money, but it's a goal of mine to do that, to add it. If you break it up, it's 1,666 on average per month, which I know is a lot of money, but you don't have to strive for that sort of value or success or whatever. Understand the main mantra here. Always be consistent. But let's go and look at this. Okay, so you're probably wondering, and I know people have asked this question before, why does it look like that? Well, let me explain. Now, over the course of time, I was struggling in terms of what I wanted to do. Okay, that makes sense with anyone in life. As you can see, I pretty much started my stocks and shares ISA on the 1st of May 2023. Didn't really do much. I was very, very, very inconsistent, as you can see here, over the course of time. But when you look at the rate of return, it was mental, I know. But we're going to go through it. And I'm going to explain what I was holding at these points. As you can see here, the amount of returns there in that time period, 269%. I know, follow me for more. No, don't do that. You get the idea, right? It's crazy. But the volatility of what I was investing in is where we need to talk about because it was awful. It would literally just, look at that. It just died in a matter of what, 2 months? I was in negative. The fuck? And then it went back up again. And then it died again. That was when I started to move it into cash ISA, right? Let me explain what I was buying. I was buying into AI data centers. I don't know. You're probably thinking, you fucking nugget. Why did you sell it? I know. But let me explain how volatile it was because it was crazy. I'm in crypto, right? I love Bitcoin and I was buying into Bitcoin miners. And these were the likes of Hut 8, IREN, which I'm pretty sure have just been bought up, or part of it has been bought up by Nvidia recently. There was Mara, there was TerraWolf. My main three that I loved more than anything was TerraWolf, Iron and Hut 8. I had quite a lot of that. And I did make money. You can see overall, I made money. I withdrew money. I moved it around into the cash ISA side of it. And as you can imagine, my stock strategy was all over the fucking place. And then I got consistent. We will talk about the consistency part in a minute. But realistically, these were amazing. And I still love them. I still think I'm still keeping an eye on them, even though I'm not holding any of them. I think this is brilliant. So it's worth maybe looking into them longer term. Obviously, they have had huge historic kind of runs anyways, and then they recovered. But let me just explain the time period, because on the screen, I'm going to showcase it because I think it's fucking bonkers. When we're talking about volatility in the market, from this high in the November of 2024, all the way down to these lows, it went down 77%. The fucking what? That is worse than Bitcoin. That is worse than altcoins. That was horrendous. And we're talking 154 days. That is a lot of money to leave on the table and lose. HUT was also the same vibes. Actually, I think HUT was horrendously quick. When we're talking about how 119 days, horrible. Iron was another one. Iron absolutely took off like a rocket and it was crazy. And yes, as I say, I have made some money on these, but from these like volatile moves, it would gone down 60%. Yes, I know, obviously hold it for the greater good, but look at that for a move. Fuck me in whatever situation. Wow, crazy. So yeah, you got to be mindful of that situation. But as I say, I wasn't happy because with a stocks and shares ISA, you cannot remove the tax side of it. You cannot offset your losses. And if there was losses, you were going to basically lose money and lose your allowance. So yeah, I was looking at this as an investment account, and I did. I made some money there. I made some money on here, as you can see, but I just ran away from it and thought, nah, let's just sort my strategy out. And I did. So let's go into when I became consistent with it. It wasn't that far away from when I actually started the channel. So I started the channel in June, give or take around July. I started being consistent. I started doing Instagram in November time, and I've done really well. And I do appreciate all the love, support, and all the comments on, and it is amazing. The problem I had was I didn't really have a strategy for the long term, and I wanted that. So as you know, there's Bitcoin books, all kinds of stuff behind me. But let's talk about this bit, because on the 1st of June, this is when I started to kind of be consistent. You could see the rate of return is actually relatively good. I was depositing, which you know, I've just showcased that. And over the course of time, the rate of return has been really good for my entire portfolio. And this is me talking about my portfolio as a dividend portfolio, essentially. This, the shift to simplicity, as you can imagine. And I believe, in my personal opinion, going up and just scrolling up there, I've done pretty damn good. When you think from that time period to here, the returns have been pretty decent realistically. And that is with income, that is with simple investment strategies, with some stocks, obviously, to keep it a bit more jazzy, and obviously the ETFs. I stopped trying to beat the market. I want to be in the market. I want to build income. I want to build that freedom. And I want to showcase to people, don't be scared of dividends. Don't be scared of, oh, there's no growth, because everyone is different. Yes, have some growth. Yes, have Bitcoin if you want to, and I recommend you do in certain ways, not financial advice. But I do recommend that you should also have fucking income, because I think that is massively overlooked. And going onto my screener, and by the way, yes, I have updated. I know a lot of people will complain, I can't see it on mobile. Get a computer. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. The situation is very, very clear. There is a lot of growth all over the place. Now, the one fund that I love, and I've talked about it quite a lot, is the All World Dividend Fund. The performance has been really good and it does pay yield. That's perfect. It's quite broad as well. So that was one of my main pillars. And I only recently bought that not that long ago. And the other situation is obviously the UK version. I love the UK stock market. I think there's a lot of value there, a lot of income there. So I was starting to go on that, and I obviously bought UK stocks. I didn't want any FX effect, which is what a lot of people do have. And even on the screen, as you can see throughout my pie, they've all performed really well. Some of the individual stocks have done fantastic, up 23%, 16%, 50%. This pie, as I say, it's probably only been in this kind of flush state since January when I added the LG fund. But when you talk about the fact that like the individual stocks, I haven't always had them. You'll know that through the previous videos. Now I'm kind of settled on this. And they have all done pretty damn well. And overall, when you look at the entire portfolio on Snowball, and by the way, link below, amazing tool. It will sort your life out massively in terms of tracking and understanding where your portfolio is going. When we look at the capital gains of this period of time, it's really quite strong. And again, as I say, this portfolio here in this state isn't perfect because there's quite a lot of new additions here. But in general, as you can see, it's actually done really, really well. Like the overall metrics of all of these aren't too bad. There's some weird things, but overall, total profit of 8,400 on this portfolio alone. The dividend growth of what I look for predominantly is up to 7% without two of the holdings, because this one, I think it's with COVID, it kind of went wrong because it is actually only doing it over 5 years. I don't know if I can change that to 3 years. If I can, that'd be amazing. I don't think I can, unfortunately. But yeah, it's one of those things where you look at it and you think, well, that's actually all right. So yeah, overall, pretty good. And even though Aviva shows on Trading 212, it looks like a dog's dinner, I press a rebalance a few times. And guess what? I've made some money there because that's what you do. You rebalance. Unlike some YouTubers that are saying, don't rebalance your portfolio ever. It's naughty. Do it. If you've got a stock that is absolutely flying to the moon, you press the rebalance button, you distribute that elsewhere, and you will make more money. It's a little bit of alpha for you there. But if we have a little look at the dynamic returns of the results, certainly since I was more consistent, you can see very, very clearly from April 2025, we're up, up, up all the way through. Pretty much. There's only 2 red months post April for that year, which is pretty good when you consider. So realistically, relatively good, very, very, very strong. Going into 2026 as well, we've only had one pretty bad month, which is obviously March, and we all knew what March was all about. So again, it has been pretty steady. And I know a lot of people are copying the pie on Trading 212, and you're probably thinking that's actually all right performance. That is the whole point, though. That is the point of this portfolio. I want it to be quite simple. Over the last year, my portfolio is up £8,154, and I received £2,113 in dividends, which isn't too bad considering. In terms of my portfolio performance now, if it continues for 10 years, or 12 years essentially, I'll have $1 million. I don't think I will though. I don't think it'll ever be that crazy. The returns have been amazing, but overall you can see where we could be. So yeah, if you want to use this calculator, feel free to do it. It's on Snowball. There's a link below. So yeah, not bad returns realistically when you consider it is mainly a dividend portfolio. And yes, you would have seen that I would have made a hell of a lot more money. It would have turned out I probably would have over 200 grand, I think, realistically, in my stocks and shares ISA if I kept those other holdings. But I think the losses would have made me puke anyways. Realistically, it would have been quite a big drop. Losing 70% of your ISA is not worth it. But hey, I did make money on Bitcoin anyway, so that doesn't really matter. A little bit of a trade-off though. But yes, the goal for me still, in my opinion, is to try and reach high levels of income via this portfolio. Kind of just to go through the motions of it realistically, because I do believe time is key. The longer you do it, the better it will be. I think a lot of people do, and I openly say this, they go from having growth into flying into income, and they don't get the best yield. Whereas yield on cost is quite important over the course of time. It will gradually grow if you hold it for long enough, if you're buying growing dividend funds and stocks. But yes, I am still going to be buying. Nothing's going to change. I'm still going to continue. I will be looking to buy into essentially more individual stocks. I'm looking to add maybe 1 or 2. And let me know, by the way, on the screen is Lightyear. I'm looking to do maybe a little growth one for a bit of fun. A lot of people do message me and go, I want to see more growth. I want to see, and I get it. Yes, I'm more one side, but there's a possibility here where I could just put, say, £100 a month into some growth ones, have a bit more fun with it, and showcase it in a longer term kind of viewpoint of you don't need loads of money realistically to invest. But yeah, if you are interested, capital is at risk. There's a link below. And if you use the code MATE, you'll get £100 in fractional shares or in an ETF in your general investing account. Terms do apply, and please make sure, you should know this, investing involves risk. And if you want to get better at picking stocks or ETFs, jump in my website. A whole new screener is coming soon for Plus members. Feel free to jump in. And yeah, the ETF screener has been improved. There's a few improvements to the budget planner as well. So those little bits will help. And if you've not yet done so, watch this video. This will help you massively in terms of the world of ETFs and which ones you should also consider.